All right, what's up, guys? This is Ryan from Elevate Security, and in a last similar video like this, I had talked about a trick that I use when I look for jobs, and certainly one that could help you even if you're just entering the field of security, and that was the idea of having a blog site, GitHub, stuff like that, where you can showcase your skill set and things like that, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about another, what I would call a hack to get into security, right? And this is another way, this is another thing that I actually did. I actually implemented this. So what you want to do, if you're, this video is geared towards people that don't already work in the field of security and they're trying to sort of find an entry point into this field. What I did, and normally is the case, right? I know I talked about this before, but security is not typically viewed as an entry-level position. It's sort of like a higher up position, kind of like maybe like senior software developer, like the equivalent to that, right? I mean, there are some exceptions. Some people will start right in security, but generally the courses that you start off somewhere else in the space of IT, and then you transition into security. So that's exactly the strategy that I want to speak about today. One of the greatest hacks is to join a company that they have security in-house, but they also have an IT department, a larger IT department. Now, within that IT department, maybe maybe you're a programmer, or maybe you're a system administrator, database administrator, something like that, right? I mean, something on the IT operations side, perhaps. But one of the greatest tricks that you can do is kind of join there, work for a year, 1 to 3 years, a few years there, get some experience there, probably like 2 to 3 years, I would say, and then try to make a lateral movement within the company from IT into IT security, right? And you have a lot better chance of joining security that way than just applying to security jobs when you're new, just starting out. And the reason is kind of for HR purposes. It's a lot easier for them to hire someone within the company. Sometimes what will happen is a security team will have people leave, go to different jobs, because like I said, this field is very high demand, low supply. So the people that work in this field are pretty frequently just leaving their previous jobs for new jobs with higher pay, better, they're able to negotiate better terms, right? And so they leave, go to another company. Well, now there's a vacancy, and the company needs to fill that. The first thing they're going to look to see is there anyone internal that we can hire for this, right? And a lot of times, that's how I see it all the time happen, like in the places that I've worked, where there's a vacancy, and they say, oh, well, actually, so-and-so on the dev team, he actually has been doing his homework on security. He's been wanting to get in here. Let's give him a shot. So they pull him in. They're like, yeah, let's take this guy because it'll be cheaper than and less, it'll be less, what's the word? It'll be a little bit less paperwork that we have to do, right? And less training because he's familiar with the internals of the company already. I mean, yeah, we'll have to train him on the security part, but he'll already know the company policy and all that stuff. We want to train him up on that. And, if there's any kind of further paperwork, he would have already had that done, right? So it's a lot easier for companies to hire internally for these positions. So that puts you at a big advantage if you can get in, right? And because that's the issue, right? For a lot of people is that they don't have any experience, and the whole meme of like, oh, you don't have experience, but you need experience for the job, and yada yada, right? Well, a lot of these IT jobs are a lot more accessible than security when you're just starting out, when you just want to get into them. Now, if you look for something like on the IT operation side, maybe system administrator and stuff like that, there's some good certifications that are a lot easier than OSCP, let me say that, that you could get. I'm not too up to date on what the best ones are for IT right now, but I know there's like some CompTIA certs, like a Network Plus, and what is it? There's a few. I can't really remember off the top of my head. It was a long time since I've looked at that kind of stuff. But for you guys that are, wanting to get into security and you have no kind of IT background, that's the first place you want to start. Now, if you have a bit of an IT background, then I would say do the homework and then just apply outright. But yeah, as far as this one tip, this one hack, try to find a company that has a security team, right? And join IT within that company. And then after a couple years, you have a really good chance of going over there, because during that span of like 2 years, there's definitely going to be times where they're going to be looking for people, most likely. They have some vacancy. And just keep studying on the side, though. When you have your job at IT, do this stuff on the side, that way when you go into an interview, you can hold your own. Not only is this guy internal with the company, but he also has some experience that he's went out on his own. No one told him to do it. He went out on his own and he learned all this stuff. So that kind of, honestly, employers love that kind of stuff. So yeah, that would be my trick for today. Let me know if you have any questions, and definitely if you're enjoying this content so far, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.